Hi, this is Peter Blanton, and I am doing my second video for 879 Practicum, and I have done 5 activities in the last couple weeks. I'm hoping to keep on that same trend next few weeks so I can get this knocked out. The first activity that I was involved with excuse me, was on August 15th, and it was actually a transportation meeting that I sat in on. I am also a bus driver, so I regularly attend these meetings anyway, but it was kind of nice to see it as from the administrative side. The people involved in this meeting was the transportation director, the transportation coordinator, all the bus drivers and drivers in general, and the administrators. So they could go over details about what routes were being covered, who was getting what kids on which days, what the guidelines for students on the bus, how they were to act. There was numerous things. The principals and administrators brought up the need to have discipline either handled by the bus driver or to, if it was severe enough action the student made on the bus, that it would be handled actually by the administration themselves. The ISLIC standard I think this goes along with is ISLIC standard number 3, which states an educational leader promotes success of every student by ensuring management of the organization, operation, and resources for a safe, efficient, and effective learning environment. And I think that goes along with promoting and protecting the welfare and the safety of students and staff. You need to make sure the bus drivers are taking well care of the students while they are in their care. The second activity I was involved with was open house. That happened on August 22nd. I am, a physical education teacher at the school. I also have a student of my own that's a first grader. So I got to go visit the teacher on open house too. So I got to see it as asking questions as a teacher, and I got to go to the classroom of a teacher to ask questions too. So it was kind of neat to see how I could get the information I needed from parents about any issues I may have already be having with their student, as well as ask the teacher of my own child of any issues that she's having, so I can address those issues at home. So as an administrator side of that, I think it's important to get the communication involved with your teachers and your parents, so they know that it's it's an open door of we want the best for our students, and the parents also want the best for their kids. So this should be tied to ISLIC standard number 1, which states an educational leader promotes the success of every student by facilitating the development, articulation, implementation, and stewardship of a vision of learning that is shared and supported by all stakeholders. And I think that goes along with collaborating, development, and implement of a shared vision and mission between the parents and the students. And the third activity I was involved with was a school-wide fire drill. I was actually on post to take time for how much time it actually took to get the entire student body and teachers out of the building. I will continue to do this activity through the semester. This was just the first occurrence of this year, and it was on August 29th. We'll do them monthly until the year's over. So that is tied to ISLIC standard number 3 as well, where you're promoting and protecting the welfare and safety of the students and staff. The fourth activity I was involved with was actually considered kind of like a pre-IEP meeting. We had a new student transfer into our district. We were going over his IEP. Previously, this student was aggressive and would actually hit, kick, not necessarily other students, but the school building itself, or he would try to throw himself on the floor and hurt himself. But there were occurrences where he actually tried to hurt other students. So we were going through his IEP to address any changes that we may need to make for the actual new IEP that was to be updated. But it involved all the teachers that are teaching this student, the special ed teacher, and the administrator and the school counselor. We basically got to listen to each other, and we were all basically seeing the same things in our classroom. He was a pleasant student to be around. There wasn't any issues of aggression. He was immature for his age, but a lot of things he just didn't understand. It's kind of like he's been in a very sheltered situation where he doesn't know how to act in certain ways. This goes along with ISLIC Center number 1. Again, a shared vision and supported by all stakeholders. Also, ISLIC Center number 2 is sustaining a school culture and instructional program conducive to student learning and staff, as well as ISLIC Center number 3, an effective learning environment that's safe and efficient for all students. The last activities that I did this past week had to do with getting a school assembly to come to our school, and it's called the Ned Show. And what it does is it delivers a positive message about staying in school, staying on the top end of your academic abilities, just giving a positive message of how to handle situations. And what they do is they send a performer that does yo-yo tricks, and we've had this at our school previously. The last time I also requested them to come, so I set up everything for them to be here. They aren't going to be here during this semester, but I have it set in plans for them to be here at our school towards the end of the school year on May 9th. But I did everything as far as set up, and it will actually be held in my gymnasium, so there won't be a whole lot of setup I need to do there other than roll out some bleachers and set up times for the classes to come to it. I have also invited other schools to come to the assembly as well, talking with the administrators and inviting them to come as well. So we should have about 400 kids at this assembly, of which about 200 are our own and 200 from other schools. So I look forward to that. I think this ties to ISLIC Standard number 3 as well, where you need to obtain, allocate, align, and efficiently utilize human, fiscal, and technological resources. I think the Ned Show has a lot to offer for schools, and I definitely like to support them coming to our school. So that finishes up the 5 activities that I've completed so far. I have a lot of things on my calendar that I have to complete that I've already gone through and kind of checked off that I'm going to have to be taken care of. So I look forward to getting those taken care of well. Good luck to everybody else.